welcome to my channel. I'm Lashara Noel from How About the Apples Teacher, and today I wanted to talk to you about digital planning. Yes, digital planning. It is a brand new year. Depending on when you watch this, it might be a brand new school year. This is a great time to dive into digital planning in case you might be on the fence about it. If you'd like more digital teacher tips and tricks for websites or anything like that, make sure you click that subscribe button. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much, and thank you for being a part of my family. So are you on the fence for digital planning? Because I'm not gonna lie, I definitely was. I am a huge paper and pencil and pen kind of girl. Washi tape, love it. But I wasn't quite sure about this whole digital planning thing. Don't get me wrong, I love technology. I use it every day in my classroom. But when it comes to planning, I really like that writing down things. However, I finally bit the bullet. I was on the fence, so I decided to try it. I'm not gonna lie, changed my life. So I want to give you 5 reasons as to why digital planning might be right for you. Number 1, digital planning is way less expensive. Now, you can find digital planners on websites like Teachers Pay Teachers, which I have a few linked down below in case you're wondering. And they only cost about maybe $20 or less. I haven't really seen anything above that. However, if you're like me, you like either the Plum Paper, Erin Condren, or the Happy Planner, and those can get upwards into $50, $40 to $50. That's a lot of cash that probably a lot of us don't have. Digital planning is a great way to save on money. Number 2, you have much less paper waste. I don't know if you've noticed, but those kind of teacher planners are like 2 inches thick. That's a lot of paper, and half of the paper I'm not even using at any given time. And we do waste a lot of paper because sometimes we print out things that we don't even need, and then it just kind of goes into the recycle. So having a digital planner has a lot less paper waste. Number 3, it is so much easier to move around your lesson plans with a digital planner. As you know, as a teacher, things do not go as planned in your day. Assemblies pop up, fire drills pop up, anything and everything can go wrong in your day. It's very frustrating when you have to erase and then rewrite all of your plans in a paper planner. Whereas with a digital planner, you can literally just copy and paste it into the next day and then be done with it. It takes 2 seconds. Having a digital planner definitely saves some time into moving lessons around. Number 4, it's with you wherever you go. Meetings, at home, it's wherever you are. The thing is, I don't really like to take my computer and my giant planner with me to any meeting that I have. It's just a lot to carry around. I love having my planner right there all the time so I can add in any dates that have just popped up randomly. It's at home in case you are thinking of something and you want to jot it down. You don't have to bring your planner everywhere you go. It's a lot to carry around, whereas the internet, that's everywhere. Number 5, you can still be creative with a digital planner. In fact, I think you can even be more creative with a digital planner. You can choose your color themes, you can choose the pictures that you want, and the stickers that you use. Being creative is extremely important to me as a teacher. So I want to make sure that if I'm putting forth the effort to do something, I want it to resemble me and what I really love. So here's my encouragement. If you're on the fence of switching over to the digital planner, I would suggest maybe trying it for a month or 2. Today, I'm going to show you a couple of ways to create your own digital planner that's not going to break the bank and that you can really test to see if you enjoy it or not. If you don't enjoy it, then at least you'll know. If you do enjoy it, then you can invest a little more and buy some of those planners that I talked about on Teachers Pay Teachers, which is linked below for your convenience. There are tons of digital planners out there. So once you've decided that you want to do a digital planner, you kind of need to take the necessary steps to decide what you want in a digital planner and how you want to go about planning. But in order to start, you gotta make a simple one, because I don't want to take my time or your time to make a very difficult planner that you're not going to end up using in 2 months. So if you want to take the plunge and figure out if digital planning is right for you, continue watching so that you can make a simple planner. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. So I just wanted to show you a quick glimpse of my current digital planner. I bought the weekly spreads off of a TPT store, but I'm going to show you how to make your own that kind of represents this. They didn't have monthly spreads, so I went ahead and created my own, and this is kind of what it looks like. I wanted to show you January because that's our current month. I was able to do, so at our school we have a special parking, so I was able to add when I get to use those special parking spaces. I have a teacher work day, New Year's, holidays, no school because of Martin Luther King Day. I have my field trip, and I have PLC meetings every Tuesday. These are all stickers that I've downloaded from a TPT store, which I will link down below. I just love that these stickers work really well because they just add a lot of life and a lot of character to my planners, and it was really easy to set up. But if I wanted to type something, I can always type out something that I wanted to add in there. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weekly spread. So this is my current week, and on Monday we came back from break. We had a professional development day. I had no planning for that, so I just made the entire week professional development. I really love this sticker, so I made room for it because I'm weird like that. And then for the rest of the week, we were getting right into the meat and potatoes. So one of the things I love about a digital planner is that you can copy and paste things that you didn't get done. So like for example, I didn't have time to do social studies on this day because we had a dean slime on that day during my math time. And so I really wanted to make sure we got into math. So that's why I wrote nothing. But then I could just go ahead and copy and paste and just move it all down one instead of erasing and rewriting, which takes a lot of time. I've also discovered the awesome ability to link things. So for example, for reading today, we did a video in a whole group, and I just clicked on it so that I didn't have to go into the website and search for that video. So that has been extremely convenient lately. I've been loving that. I've been able to link slides that I have created for my students so that I could show them and I don't have to go through my drive, find it, and then click on it. I could just click on it right from my planner. So I have been loving that. I'm seeing when March comes for CMAS or for state testing, I'll be able to link in our schedule so I don't have to continuously look for it all the time. I can just link it into my planner so it's always there. So I've just kind of newly discovered the benefit of linking things, and it has been a game changer. It's been so awesome. But I'm going to show you how to create a monthly spread and a weekly spread. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, so for the digital planner, I'm going to go ahead and create a Google slide because that's where I find Google Slides is a lot easier to manipulate the things that I'm wanting to create. And we're not going to really do a theme because we're going to create our own. I always get rid of this first slide because I need a blank slide and it's just a lot easier to get rid of the slide. So we're going to add a blank slide. Now we're going to create this monthly layout in 5 easy steps. So our first step is to insert a table. This table is going to be 7 by 6. So I need 7 columns across and 6 rows down. I don't like to bring it all the way to the top because I like to put the title of the month right there. So I'm going to leave it there, and then I'm just going to bring everything else to the edge. This top part I like to make smaller because that's where the days go. And I just bring this back down. Step number 2, you're going to want to add your monthly title because you need to know what month it is. So you're going to insert text box right here, and we're going to do January. At this point, you can also add pictures like I did in my planner. I added snowflakes in January. I added all these little these critters tied up in Christmas lights for December. So you can go to Google and find some different images. And I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to do that. So if you'd like to learn how to do that, comment below so I can make sure that we can create that for you. But this is where you can create all your different pictures that you want to add and then make it your own. All right, for step number 3, I go ahead and I make my weekends a different color, mostly because that's just how I like to see calendars, and that's just how I like them. So I usually do a theme. Maybe let's do some teal and blue to kind of represent some snowflakes. So I'm going to do teal here and teal here. And then normally on this top one, I like to do a different color. So let's do a blue. If you want your borders to be a lot darker, you can absolutely do that by highlighting all of it, making it thicker, and making it darker. Now it's a lot easier to see all of your days separately. All right, so step number 4, we're going to start labeling. Before we do that, I want to make sure all of my cells are the same format for when I start labeling them. So I'm going to highlight all of them. I'm going to pick my font, my size, and I generally like to make it center aligned. So this is Sunday. All right, so I think that's a little too small, so I'm going to go ahead and re-highlight everything. Perfect. Now for these days, I'm going to make the dates really small. So I'm going to do probably 9, and let's do an easy font to read. So January starts with a Wednesday. All right, so we have everything labeled. For step 5, we're going to go ahead and customize it. So I have January. I'm going to make that a kind of fun font. I'm going to make it a lot bigger since it is the name of the month. Okay, and then at this time I would do some pictures and things like that. But there you go. There's 5 steps on how to create a monthly digital planner. And then when you need to add things, go ahead and click inside. Okay, so here is your monthly spread. Let's go ahead and get into our weekly spread. All right, for the weekly spread, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with that we did with the monthly spread. We're going to add a blank page. And this I have also divided into 5 easy steps, so it's easy for you to remember. The very first step is to make a table again. This time it's going to be different increments, so we're going to go to Insert, Table, and this table is going to be 6 by 8. So we're going to do 6 columns and 8 rows. Sorry, actually it's going to be 8 columns and 6 rows. There we go, much better. Same thing with the monthly spread. I'm going to leave some room at the top so that I can title each page. Since this is a weekly spread, I need to know what month of that week it is. Okay, so we're going to spread it out. This top column, I want it to be smaller because it's going to be my subject and time space. And this is going to be smaller because it's only my date space, so I don't need a whole lot of room. But now you can see that this column is a lot bigger than all the other ones, and I know how to fix that. Just go ahead and highlight all of these squares and go to Format, Table, and Distribute Columns. Now they are all the same width, which is awesome. It's exactly what we need. I'm also going to make this into the thicker borders. So again, I'm going to highlight everything, and then I'm going to click here and do the 2 points and then a darker color. Okay, step 2 is to add your title and the other notes section. So same thing with the monthly. I'm going to put my title here, and then I'm going to do an other notes here. Just like in my planner, I have my other notes here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Insert text box here. This is going to be January. I'm going to do it again. Insert text box here. Now I'm going to customize it a little bit. So now when I find out that Sophie is going out of town for 2 weeks, I can write down, perfect. My step 3 is that I'm going to start color coding my columns. Each subject has a different column. So you can do a theme color or you can just do the rainbow. I do the rainbow here because it's a lot easier for me to look at. So I'm going to highlight each column and I'm going to choose this fill button, but I'm going to stick to these colors. You want it to be a pastel so that when you type out things, you can still see it in the background. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that real quick. All right, now that we have our subjects color coded, step 4 is to start labeling our subjects and time. In order to do this, I'm going to go ahead and highlight all of this, and I'm going to make it into the correct format that I want it at, and I'm going to make it centered. And then this last column, I like to do a to-dos so that I can know if there's specific things that I need to do that day. Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to start labeling my days. Alright, so we have our subjects labeled and we have our days labeled. Step number 5 is to start customizing. So now this is where you can start adding in stickers, your lesson plans, all of that stuff. Alright, let's get into some bonus tips here. Once you have your monthly spread created the way you want it to be created, you can just go ahead and copy that and then paste it in. So now I can change this to February and then just go through and change the dates. You can do the same thing with this weekly spread. Copy and paste it. So once you get a blank canvas of everything that you want it to be and how you want it to be, then I would suggest copying and pasting so you're not recreating slide by slide. This is where you can also start to add stickers. So for example, for mine, I had a faculty meeting that day. I put this here every Monday because I have a volunteer come in for my room and I want to make sure I have something for her to do. I have a field trip during this time, so I went ahead and blocked that out so I didn't have to plan for it. Just kind of fun stuff like that. Christmas break, we did Christmas rotation, so I didn't really have to plan for that. And then my monthly spreads. You can also make it your own by adding different layouts. At the bottom down here, I have a birthday layout. Right here, so I have all of my birthdays here. You can also create that. You can create a daily schedule, and you can track student data here as well. There are a lot of Teachers Pay Teachers digital planners that have all of this stuff already made for you, but sometimes they either have things that you don't need or they don't have things that you do need. So it's really nice to be able to have that option to create those on your own. If you would like a tutorial on how to create stuff like this, let me know in the comments and I would be more than happy to help you create some of those things. That way you can make sure that you have everything that you need in your own planner. These are my stickers. I just copied and pasted them into my digital planner from a different document, and I literally just click, I copy it, and then I come up here and I paste it somewhere. And then I can move it. It's really, really awesome. So those are just some of the bonus features that I have for you. All right, guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. And please, if you have any questions or get stuck on something, please let me know. I really want to help and make sure that you can do this successfully. So please just let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer that for you. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you just subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the year, and I hope to see you back soon. Bye, guys.